Okay, so this is a bizarre fight because it's Captain America versus Deathstroke. Now, with this one, I had to do a decent amount of research. Ironically, I initially had scored this fight differently, and then I did more on the research side of it. That's hitting the different sorts of wikis, different sorts of things, sites that discuss the feats of superheroes, different sites that also do the combat styles of superheroes, as well as other sites that do so-and-so fight, so-and-so. So I get to have a pretty wide breadth of what's going on. I'll also try to hit some of the different comics that show some of their greater feats more than anything else. So I go through this in a 9-point criteria. Intelligence, findability, strength, speed, durability. This is your healing factors. Invulnerability, this is pretty much, what we're using in the way of armors. If you're not naturally invulnerable, what do you have on your body to make you more invulnerable? Energy projection, this is your range. Versatility, and X factor. That's whatever's not covered in the previous ones. So we'll get right into this. Intelligence. Deathstroke is normally referred to as using 90% of his brain. Multilingual, and has spent decades as a mercenary. Yeah, he's also the person that when Lex Luthor needs help, the first person he normally calls is Deathstroke. So the guy's a tactical genius, so intelligence definitely goes to Deathstroke. Now, anything with Captain America. Captain America, very intelligent individual. However, he was frozen in ice, so he lost a couple of decades that Deathstroke got actually to pick up. Fighting ability. I'll probably hear it on this. I'm also going to give this one to Deathstroke. Deathstroke has been able to beat Batman in a one-on-one fight. It took 3 members of the Bat family to successfully put him down, where the only 2 times where Batman and Captain America fought, they kind of fought to a stalemate, where Deathstroke was able to defeat Batman. So I will give him the edge in fighting ability. Also, he's had a couple more decades worth of mercenary experience and things of that nature to pull from. Strength. This is another one of those bizarre ones. If you look at it from Deathstroke having the strength of 10 men, and the average male for his size should be able to bench press about 125 to 130 pounds. The strength of 10 men, that puts him at about, 1,250 pound bench press, 1,350 pound bench press. Captain America is rated at having a bench press of 1,200. So potential Deathstroke could be a little bit stronger. However, I will take in the several years age difference. While Deathstroke is undeniably fantastic for a person of his age, he's taking on somebody who is, of course, younger. Younger, of course, probably be not that meaningful to someone who has regenerative abilities, but still he's taking on someone who will be the peak of human condition, Olympic level, bordering just below superhuman level, but will also have about a 25-year age advantage. So strength is definitely going to go to Captain America. Same with speed. Now around for durability. This is kind of a unique one. While Captain America does have the ability to have less fatigue, he doesn't truly have a healing factor. Deathstroke does. Deathstroke, ironically, was able to stalemate Wolverine. I know what you're probably saying, but Captain America has beaten Wolverine. Yes, he has. When Deathstroke was in Uncanny X-Men Teen Titans crossover, he defeated everybody with the exception of Wolverine. He could not overcome his healing factor. This, of course, was before people realized you can knock Wolverine out with a good blunt shot to the head. But he can go toe-to-toe with Wolverine. That means he's got a fantastic healing factor. Now we're looking at invulnerability. Both these guys, ironically, wear Kevlar bodysuits that are against small arms fire. I'm not going to have Deathstroke in his nth metal, which he wears now, which can take punches from Lobo, because that's just ridiculous. Now, if they're wearing the similar styles of armor, what is the other protective thing that these two guys have that makes them different from each other? Ironically, it's Captain America's shield. Captain America is walking around essentially with a giant garbage can lid that is fantastic for blocking virtually anything. He's blocked Thor's hammer, and it barely dented it. So that shield is a tremendous advantage when it comes to an invulnerability standpoint. Now we're at energy projection. This is your distance game. While they're both very skilled when it comes to small arms fire, rifle fire, and the majority of military-grade equipment, Captain America, not a big fan of guns. Deathstroke, his primary weapon, of course, is his power staff. His power staff does have the ability to shoot concussive blasts of energy. So when it comes to a range fight, it comes down to a guy who's going to have some more weaponry on him, a staff that has different sorts of power level settings and different sorts of projectiles, versus Captain America's shield. So I'm going to give the range advantage to Deathstroke. Versatility. There's a lot of things Deathstroke can think up of, but I'm pretty sure he's going to have a hard time trying to battle Captain America while Captain America is whizzing the shield all over the place. He has done some ridiculous things with that shield. So I'm going to give versatility actually to Captain America. Basis predominantly because in lots of fights, he's been losing, but the shield's been thrown like 2 minutes ago, and it's now making its way back to defeat his opponent. So you're going to have lots of different offensive weapons versus a guy's got an offensive and defensive weapon that he's spent decades with. So now it comes down to that all-important X factor. What is that last thing that's going to push this into either person's actual direction? I could talk about the Cap factor. This was this idea that Captain America's shield was actually blessed. And in doing so, the majority of his really bizarre feats came from him using the shield. I have to put that against the fact that Deathstroke has beaten the following teams. The X-Men. That included Colossus. Yes, he defeated Colossus. As well as Jean Grey. He defeated all the X-Men with the exception of Wolverine. He's beaten the Titans on multiple occasions. I know I'm going to hear this identity crisis. He did do a pretty good job against the Justice League. Until they pretty much just decided, we're just going to have to game jump him. There's just no way, we have to just hit him at mass at one time, and I'm going to stick a broken arrow into his eye. He's got some tremendous feats. He is one of the most dangerous competitors and one of the most intelligent people. Like I said, Lex Luthor, that's like the first person on his speed dial, is Deathstroke. I think if these two guys were to get into it, I think Deathstroke has got more than enough additional attributes, whether it comes to his experience, different sorts of fighting styles, the fact that he will fight dirty. He's got no problem with fighting dirty. Where Captain America is not going to go that route. I do think Deathstroke, in a really, really long battle, these two are going to take each other to the almost absolute limits. And this, of course, is going to be where the additional healing factors and things of that nature are going to really take effect later on in this combat. So I'm going to give it to Deathstroke. It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. I think in the end, Deathstroke is going to be the one standing. Not for very long, but he's going to be the last one standing.